The TV reboot of Heathers has been scrapped by Paramount Network in the wake of school shootings across the United States. Initially planned to debut on Spike TV in March, the satirical anthology series was delayed indefinitely following the deadly Florida school shootings that left 17 dead. The show has now been completely removed from all Paramount Network channels. Speaking to The Hollywood Reporter, the president of the network's development and production, Keith Cox, explained why they were canceling the series. "This is a high school show. We're blowing up the school. There are guns in the school. It's a satire and there are moments of teachers having guns," Cox told the publication. "It's hitting on so many hot topics. This company can't be speaking out of both sides of its mouth, saying the youth movement is important for us and we've done all these wonderful things to support that, and at the same time, we're putting on a show that we're not comfortable with." From Heathers to Thoroughbreds, why Hollywood loves a teen sociopath. Despite Cox distancing the network from the Heathers reboot, reports indicate Paramount initially backed the series so much they almost renewed it for a second season before the first had aired. However, Cox now says, the combination of a high school show with these very dark moments didn't feel right. The reboot was set to feature an all-new set of Heathers, the original pilot being filmed back in November 2016, described by Cox as before the climate changed. The comedic series would deal with topics such as teen suicide, showrunner Jason McAuliffe previously saying they wanted to tell dark and edgy stories that hit every hot-button issue. All 10 episodes of the first season were completed and a writer's room had nearly finished work on season 2. Reportedly, the sophomore effort would have gone back in time, to the 1700s, and revolved around Marie Antoinette. Starring Kristen Ritter, Rachel Taylor, Carrie Ann Moss, David Tennant. Start date, the 8th of March. Netflix starring Britt Marling, Emery Cohen, Phyllis Smith, Patrick Gibson, Jason Isaacs. Start date, the 15th of March. Netflix starring Hilary Swank, Brendan Fraser, Donald Sutherland, Harris Dickinson, Annie Chancellor. Start date, the 25th of March 2018. AMC, Sky Atlantic. Air date TVA, starring Neil Patrick Harris, Melina Wiesman, Patrick Warburton, Lucy Punch, Tony Hale, Nathan Fillion. Start date, the 30th of March. Netflix starring Neil Patrick Harris, Melina Wiesman, Patrick Warburton, Lucy Punch, Tony Hale, Nathan Fillion. Start date, the 30th of March. Fox, UK. Air date TVA, starring Dan Stevens, Rachel Keller, Aubrey Plaza, Gene Smart, Jermaine Clement. Start date, the 17th of April. Fox starring Daniel Bruhl, Luke Evans, Dakota Fanning, Brian Garrity. Start date, the 19th of April. Netflix starring Evan Rachel Wood, Jeffrey Wright, Thandie Newton, Ed Harris, James Marsden. Start date, the 21st of April. HBO starring Kim Dickens, Lenny James, Frank Dillane, Alicia Debnam Carey, Coleman Domingo, Maggie Grace. Start date, the 23rd of April. AMC on BTTV starring Elizabeth Moss, Joseph Fiennes, Samira Riley, Yvonne Strahovski, and Dowd. Start date, the 25th of April. Hulu, Channel 4. Air date TVA, starring Vanessa Redgrave, Kate Lamb, Stephen McGann, Leonie Elliott. Start date, TVA, BBC One. Start date, TVA, Channel 4. Paramount Network, owned by Viacom, went dark for 17 minutes across all of their networks earlier this year in a show of support for the victims of the Florida high school shooting. The cancellation of the show was announced to the cast and crew last week, with some cast members reportedly relieved the series would not be released. However, the network has decided to still shop the show around, hoping someone else will purchase the much-hyped reboot. Cox has mentioned Netflix as a possible alternative. The stream is already having one controversial drama, 13 Reasons Why, which also touches on sensitive subjects and has landed them in trouble. Meanwhile, a Heathers musical has been produced and debuts later this month. Read all about the production here.